So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Navamsa series of the week. And this week we're going to be covering Mars in the ninth house of your D9 Navamsa chart. As in, what happens when Mars is in the ninth house of your D9 Navamsa, which is one of the most important charts in Vedic astrology, which kind of shows the strength of your planets from the birth chart. It shows the second half of your life. It shows your married life. It shows your fortune. So extremely important chart. And as always, if you do not know, if you have Mars in the ninth house of your Navamsa, what other planetary placements you have in your Navamsa and your birth chart, and all the other astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects of the Speed of Light, including all my consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where I pretty much teach you everything about Vedic astrology and make it very simple and easy. So anyway, let's talk about Mars in the ninth house of your D9 Navamsa. So one thing we see with Mars in the ninth house of Navamsa is that either this individual will be extremely disciplined about following their righteous path, following divinity, following the discipline laid out by the religious indoctrination of whatever group, or this particular Mars can completely rebel against the belief system of higher divinity. But usually, if Mars is not being impacted by, let's say, Ketu and Saturn in this particular placement, you will see most of the time that a person suddenly, as they get older, when they get married, they feel like they need to have a discipline. They need to have some kind of a regime in their life related to getting to a higher place. But at the same time, this is the type of person, like, one thing I can say is that this is the type of person who's kind of like Vivekananda, maybe even Yogananda. Like, they will question whatever comes in front of them. They will question. So if, let's say, some fakir, some sadhu, some priest, performs something miraculous, like they are holding their hand like this and then they do this and suddenly a coin falls, they'll be like, I'm not going to believe you like some man of God or some saint. I'm going to, first of all, engineeringly try to research, how is it that you did this? Who are you? Why did you do this and show this to me? Do you want something from me? So in a way, you got to understand, this can be an excellent position for a person to really find the true essence of God. Like questioning things. Who is this person? Why are they performing these tasks? Or you can get a person where even when they find out that there is no evidence to disprove someone, they'll still won't believe it. And they will argue with gurus. They will argue with mentors. Why? Not because they feel like that they want to be the superior one. Is because Mars is logic. You got to understand. Mars is logic. And logic has several different layers. There's one logic that says that there's something called day, there's something called night, there's something called laws of gravity, there's something called laws of physics. And that's all they rely on. These are some of your basic scientists who are like, prove it to me how astrology works, prove it to me this. Then there's another form of logic where such people will understand this higher dynamics of the cosmos, and they'll be like, okay, I do believe in them, let me try to prove it. Let me see how I can prove it. And they fail because You can't prove some of the laws of cosmos unless you have the sixth and seventh sense. Sixth sense, as you know, is the sense of seeing things beyond the eyesight. Seventh sense is the sense of time, where you truly understand the time versus, like, let's say me. For me, time is like, okay, so right now is 3:30. And then 24 hours later, it'll be another 3:30. And the sun will rise and sun will set. But the seventh dimension really shows what is time, which is extremely hard to understand. Very, very few people can go towards understanding the time. Maybe someone like Lahiri Mahasai, Babaji and all that. So you really have to understand these dynamics. So Mars, goes up to a certain logic, and then there's this highest logic of Mars. Like, I know it. I know how everything works. I just don't think you're worthy of understanding these logic, understanding these laws. So this particular Mars can also make a person into quite arrogant. Like, no, I don't need to tell you this. I don't think you should know this because you're not deserving of this. And this can transpire into their marriage as well, where the spouse will be like, okay, so show me how you do this. They'll be like, why should I show you? You don't even believe in this. Why should I show you? This is what your philosophy is. You don't deserve this. And what this can do, this can definitely create problems within the marriage. This can create problems within the home because you feel like you have to make all wrong things right. Even the bad guy will be like, I need to make all the wrong things right. Like if you watch The Sopranos on HBO, which was back in the late 2000s, it came on, or actually in mid 2000s. Even the bad guy wants to make wrong things right in their own realm. So it could be a very hard-headed position on many different levels. And I'm just trying to explain to you in a most layman terms, but it can be quite complicated with Mars in the ninth house. I mean, Mars in the ninth house can make a person a lawyer, can make a person a cult leader, can make a person a lunatic, like, somebody who just don't know what they're talking about and they're trying to talk about something and they're kind of like blinding people from it. So many different things can come based on the sign and the aspect on the Mars. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Mars in the ninth house of your D9 Navamsa chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Mars is placed, all the other astrological details, for that, check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, my consultations. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. So anyway, bye-bye.